I've stayed in shape for almost 10 years, but like many, I've taken breaks from the gym, sometimes for months, and I don't feel guilty about it. Even guys like Logan Paul, whose career depends on staying in shape, they go through the same phases too, but he always bounces back. And that's how he's managed to stay fit for almost 15 years now. Taking breaks from lifting is normal. The problem is that most people who take a break never actually returns. The difference is not starting again, because anyone can start again. The hard part is staying in the game, even when you stop, sometimes for weeks or even months. It comes down to these 3 mistakes that traps people into the same cycle to where they start every new year and quit by February, and repeat this every single year. Meanwhile, the guys that avoid these mistakes, they stay fit for decades. And the last mistake is the worst one, but the least obvious. Most people don't even realize they're doing it, but I'll show you how to avoid all of them so you're done restarting for good. First mistake, your lifting program is too demanding. When your lifting program doesn't fit your schedule, it's really hard to keep it up long term. Most people also lift way more than they actually need, way more often, way longer session, because many trains like bodybuilders when they don't really need to. And if you're unsure of how much you need to do, there's a free volume calculator in the link in the description. It tells you exactly how many sets you should do per week. Just plug in your goals, genetics, and experience. But here's how much you should be lifting based on science. For health, a 2002 systematic review analyzed 16 studies on all-cause mortalities, cardiovascular health diseases, cancers, type 2 diabetes, and the conclusion, 30 to 60 minutes of training per week is enough to achieve maximum reduction risk for all-cause mortalities. So if your goal is to simply just be healthier, the commitment is minimal. There's no excuse why anyone can't exercise for only 30 to 60 minutes per week. Moving on, for strength, a 2017 meta-analysis, which is a study of many studies, looked at 9 different trials, and they concluded that by just doing 1 to 4 sets per week can yield 81% of maximum strength gains that you could potentially get. Obviously, I think personally, the more advanced you'll become, the more volume you need to improve your strength. But for most of us who aren't trying to become powerlifters or bodybuilders, it's safe to say that lifting heavy only 4 sets per week is enough to get you stronger in that muscle group. For hypertrophy, for 90% of people, the sweet spot is between 8 and 12 hard sets per week per major muscle group, which takes about only 30 minutes to be fair. Whether you should be closer to 8 or 12 sets per muscle group really depends on your genetics. And the volume calculator in the description will tell you exactly how much you should do based on your genetics and experience. So you don't need to train like a bodybuilder to build muscle. You can just look at people that do high rocks or CrossFit, hybrid training. They still have amazing physiques, even though they don't lift 4 times a week for 2 hours. And I know what you're thinking. Why should you listen to me?
Who the fuck is that guy?
Because I'm not even jacked. But honestly, I'm lucky if I can lift 2 hours every single week. We all have different ideas of what a perfect physique should look like. We all don't need to be bodybuilders. I'm strong, I'm fit, I'm happy. I do regular 21Ks. And I enjoy those after parties, and I'm healthy, or at least my blood work shows it. Testosterone, 1004 nanogram each deciliter, naturally. And I've maintained this and made steady progress for 10 years while traveling the world. I'm making this video here in Cape Town. I actually filmed this 2 weeks ago while traveling Namibia, but I lost the SD card, which is honestly frustrating because the video was so good. Basically, it's the same video as this one, but I made all the points while traveling Namibia and trying foreign food. It was really cool. It sucks that I lost the SD card. But anyways, what I can teach you is gym life balance, because I've stayed in shape while traveling the world, enjoying my life without training like a bodybuilder. But if you think I'm too much of a shrimp, you can go and watch some bodybuilder meathead. But here's something you should know, is that having a lot of muscle doesn't mean you're fit. No one competing in the Mr. Olympia can run a 10K or let alone a 5K. I'll rather be fit and muscular than spend all day in the gym lifting weight, having a lot of muscle but being completely unfit. And here's the thing, if you're a busy professional or a parent, it's going to be hard to spend all day in the gym or make time for prepping meals every week, because those things are demanding and they will take time away from your work or your family. I'm almost 30 now, and one thing I've realized is that I'll never have a big chest. I'll never have big pecs, and I'll never also grow facial hairs. I'll never have a beard, and honestly, it is devastating. But the sooner I can come to terms with that, and the sooner you can come to terms that you'll probably never be in front of a health magazine, I think the better our lives will be. But if you still want to look like a bodybuilder, you can go check out some of these meatheads. Mistake 2 is that your exercises is too difficult. If you watch any lifting videos, you probably heard people say, do squats, do deadlift, do bench press.
You tired of being small and weak? Instead, do this. Squat, deadlift, press, pull, row.
And these exercises, they are great for hypertrophy. They train multiple muscle. But here's the problem with these exercises. As a beginner, these movements are frustrating to learn. And if you don't have the technique down yet, it could lead to injury, or worse, you'll feel shit every time you go to the gym. People say, I don't enjoy lifting weight, I don't like the gym. I don't think that is true. I think everybody likes exercising. The reason why people don't like the gym is because they haven't learned to enjoy it yet. And learning to enjoy it comes with consistent work and mastering the movements. But a lot of people never actually get there because they feel too uncomfortable or feel unconfident while doing the exercises. That's why many quit. And that is why paddle have exploded in popularity, because it is so easy to learn. Tennis, on the other hand, is way more fun once you learn it, but it's one of the most difficult sports to pick up as a beginner.
Mad.
But what's becoming a trend right now is that a lot of new tennis players actually comes from paddle. They have transitions to tennis because they want to continue challenging themselves. And that is exactly what you need to do with lifting. You need to first and foremost lower the barrier to entry, so you choose easier exercises. Start with machines, because machines are easy to learn and you can't really mess them up. And once you build enough consistency and confidence, then you can graduate to barbell compound exercises. Because here's the thing, once you've gotten going, it's much easier to keep going, because Newton's first law of motion says objects that are in motion, they stay in motion. Objects at rest, they stay at rest. Okay, this last mistake is the most important one, and it should be the one you should avoid at all costs. The third mistake is that people lift for looks, because if you're not bored of lifting weight yet, you will be. Let me explain. So lifting weight have diminishing returns. Most of your gains comes in the first 2 years. After that, it gets way harder to keep progressing. So what happens to people that purely lift for aesthetics? They'll end up jumping on gear, or they get completely demotivated because they're not seeing any returns for their efforts anymore, and eventually burn out. Also, another reason why you shouldn't lift for looks is that you'll constantly compare yourself to others, and it creates terrible self-body image, because you'll get depressed because you don't look like people on Instagram or fitness magazine. And you might not know this, but personal trainers, fitness influencers, despite their looks, they're some of the most insecure people you'll ever meet. Most of them suffer from terrible self-image. A lot of them take drugs just to look a certain way because of their poor self-body image. And the irony here is that people who don't lift for looks, people who lift for health and performance, still end up looking way better long term. Like, look at Logan Paul. He stayed in shape for 20 years because he lifts for sports and not aesthetics. Look at Joe Rogan or Andrew Huberman, who is still in great shape in their 50s. And they don't lift weight because they're looking to build more muscle. They do it because they want to maintain their health. And what will end up happening is that they actually look better than most retired bodybuilders.
One little bite won't hurt you.
Let me give you another super common example of how training for health instead of looks will get you better result long term. So 2 guys walk into the gym. Guy 1 is there because he ate an entire pizza last night. Guy 2 is there because it is stress release. He needs to tame his body so he can stay calm for the rest of the day. They could both do the same workout, but end up with two completely different results. The pizza guy is probably scrolling Instagram between his sets, just going through the motions so he can check off gym off his list so he can feel less guilty about the pizza he ate last night. The stress release guy, he's locked in. He's adding weight, pushing himself, chasing endorphin hit. Because he knows if he doesn't really push himself, he won't get the stress release effect, which he needs for the rest of his day. One of these are burning more calories, building more muscle, and steadily improving their metabolism. And if you fast forward 6 months, pizza guy, he's probably quit because he was forcing himself to do something he hates just to lose weight. And the stress release guys, after 6 months, he's probably down 20 pounds, up 10 pounds of muscle, and still training because he loves it. It's his resets button. If he skips a session, he'd probably be one Slack message away from telling his boss to shove it up his, or telling his girlfriend that we need to talk because somebody's in this relationship is being an asshole. Anyways, ironically, the stress release guy, he will lose more weight, build more muscle, even though he didn't lift for looks, because he'll stay consistent and it automatically makes fat loss and building muscle so much easier, because just being consistent will create a domino effect, because once you start exercising regularly, you naturally begin to eat better, sleep more, drink less, and take better care of your overall self. If you don't enjoy your workout today, I think it could be that you have bad programming, because a lot of PTs, they hand out 90 minutes bodybuilding splits 4 or 5 times a week because they think their clients want to look like them. And obviously, if your goal is not to be a bodybuilder, doing a program like that can feel like a chore. But training shouldn't feel like a chore. Honestly, shouldn't feel like punishment. It is a privilege, honestly. Because I have a client right now who couldn't walk because he was stuck in beds for months waiting for knee surgery. The day he finally got cleared to train again, he was so grateful just to move. And that reminded me that there are people out there right now that would give anything to do what we are able to do today. And one day, we're gonna lose the ability to move like we can move today. We should use our body while we still can. And the more we use it, the longer we'll keep it. You should stop seeing workouts as punishment for what you ate and start seeing them as a chance to keep your freedom. And if you want help losing fat and building muscle sustainably, I do offer personalized nutrition and training program tailored to your levels, schedules, and goals. I also offer a money-back guarantee, so if you're not happy, you don't pay. If you want to apply or see the results from my past client, it's the second link in the description. But if you want to do it yourself, no worries. Grab the free volume calculator in the first link in the description, because it will tell you exact numbers of how much you need to do to reach your goals so you can avoid overtraining and start enjoying your training. And if you struggle to lose fat right now, you should check out this video because there's a simple way to speed up fat loss. Thank you guys so much for watching. Stay healthy, keep thriving, and I hope I see you over there. Peace.